All right, hello and welcome to the poetry aspect of Trinity. So we're joined by my father, Ritchard Frost. So after talking to Dad about my project, I found out that my idea and my creative project had a lot with one that you've been working on for the past 10 years. Where is it? Yeah. So if you'd like to give a brief explanation on what that is, go ahead.
So Etuin Shardlu tells the story of a vanished civilization through poetry and illustration.
Nice. Taken from critique on some of what I've shown to people, they say like, what about lyrics? What about like poetry and words that you can put into it that would then also go into the booklet that I've been working on? I'm like, that's a great idea. And I thought to Dad, but I didn't think, the great opportunity is sharing our work and taking from like inspiration and putting it together. So, brainstorming some ideas. We've read through the poem and we've read through some things and looked at some pictures. Where are they? Where are the pictures?
So it all begins with the basic premise that there is a lost script or form of writing which tells the story of Etuin Shardlu. And as you can see, this script is made up of little characters, little human figures. And as it tells the story, it introduces different characters which each represent some aspect of the human condition. So, for instance, we have the rain, which represents water, and with that fluidity and healing and peace and calm, and the feminine. Let's call it the universal feminine aspect. And we have the land, which is the earth that we live on, and within that there is the notion of fertility and reproduction and rebirth. And then we have air. Air is one of the characters in the story, and this represents change. It represents development and progress, and evolution. And all of these ultimately succumb to this character, which is doom. And doom is destruction, devastation. It's the inevitable end of all things, which comes to us all.
So this is the perfect project, absolutely incredible, taking lots of inspiration, and it is its own thing. But my project is taking inspiration and almost like sampling some of my favorite parts of this and putting it into my work. So some of the inspirations I already taken into is first track Sublime. It's all nature. So we got some like natural aspects going through the seasons, going through the how it all came to be, the Big Bang, the storyteller kind of narration as well, being God, relating to the religious track as well. And then also, who's the character? Everyman.
Yep, we have the character Everyman, who represents all of humanity. I mean, we could even have an excerpt from Everyman if you want.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to? Shall we listen to Everyman? I mean, we might need to heavily edit this.
That's fine.
So Everyman is the character that represents the typical human being, and by that, the whole of the human race.
This perfectly relates to track 2 of my album, which is going to be Humanity. And it's going to be following a character that is Everyman. And here we go.
The storyteller told of one who wanders down a one-way path which shifts beneath his feet as he evades yet follows the unknown. And this is every man who everywhere will always walk alone, along with every one who ever was, and untold are his woes. Wherever he may go, he takes himself with him, and always will, to wander lonely in a crowd and rue his lot, and this he knows. For he is not a hero or a villain, nor is he a fool. He's not a king or queen, he wasn't born to govern or to rule. He's not derided or revered, not undermined or overlooked, yet he is not beneath contempt, and nor is he above reproach. For every man is everyone, the common, average, standard unit. Every man is just another human being human.
Beautiful. So these will I think these will fit perfect with like ambience and music behind them. I'm taking snippets of parts that would really like mean a lot to me and mean a lot for the story of what I want to portray as well. And then we can even have interludes, tracks of themselves, where we take maybe longer paragraphs of these and put music behind them as well as, you know, maybe an interlude in the middle. But yeah, that's the general idea. So that's the poetry. So taken from ideas I've had and things
Stolen.
that people have said. Yeah, and yeah. So there we go. That's going to be poetry aspect that I really wanted to add into the album. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you to Ritchard Frost, aka Dad, for helping me with this idea. You know, this has been there the whole time.
I mean, it really, it's amazing how I am honestly astonished by how your work resonates as much as it does with mine.
Yeah.
Which is quite beautiful, and obviously I'm really, really pleased. Nice. But yeah, it's kind of it's all coming together.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, people had told me like that was the reviews I get, like this would go really well with speaking, and yeah, that's cool.